Hey, good evening, everyone. It is such a pleasure to be with you. I'm so bummed that I missed you last week, but it's so good to be back and completely full of health. I would have loved to have had some things recorded ready for you, but alas, I did not. Sick kids is definitely a part of life. Maybe one day I can employ someone amazing for those days. Watch this space. But welcome back to Entrepreneurs of Impact. We've been looking at a series of being connected, growing a connected business. The first week we looked at being connected to self, and then being connected to others in how you serve and pay attention to others. And today, really importantly, we're looking at being connected to your business. Just as much as we need to make time for ourselves, time for others, time for our family, we need to plan and make time for our business, because it's why we're in it. We want to see it succeed, and that is absolutely okay. So, what do I mean by connected business? 3 things I think are really important to growing and being connected to your business. They are knowing your why, giving yourself permission to making it work for you, and building with the end in mind today. Which of those 3 do you think you most need right now? Start thinking about that. Knowing your why, giving yourself permission to allow it to work for you, and building with the end in mind today. So let's really look at that. We don't have a lot of time. I want to try and make this less than 5 minutes for you all. 5 minutes of impact. So why is it so important to know your why? I popped up on my Facebook this week that exact question, and I got some awesome responses from you. I would love to share them. So it gives you a reason to focus on your purpose. When you feel like giving up, your why will help you keep going. Your why helps you use existing skills to improve them and to learn more. I've certainly seen that. Your why helps you to stay motivated. Your why helps you to be inspired even on the tough days. This one was really clever. When your how gets messy and your when keeps shifting and you wonder what you're doing, the why remains the same. And I would agree with all of these, and would like to add the quote by Friedrich Nietzsche that says, "He who has a why can endure any how," which really summarizes all of the wonderful comments and feedback that you guys put in. So I would say it's really important to have a personal and a professional why. And sometimes unpacking your why, getting really clear on who you serve, how you help them, what problem do you help them solve, is so important when you are launching or growing your business. So my personal why I'd like to start with is that I have 2 degrees, and then I've gone on to study coaching, because as the primary carer of my boys, I want to do something that uses my strengths and my skills, but I can work in school hours, or I can work in care hours, or morning and evenings. So that is really important. And there is actually not a lot of options for women to use their skills, to use their leadership capacity in those working hours. It's growing, but I'm wanting to pave the way there and show others what's possible there. So that's really important to me. My professional why is that I help entrepreneurs launch and grow businesses that impact people. Through coaching and an empowering and supportive community that we bring around weekly around those individuals, You don't have to do it alone. Yay, isn't that great? You can turn fear into focus, confusion into clarity, and overwhelm into strategy. Who wants to be in that community? I do, I am. So I'd love to have you join me if that's something that would serve you. That's my professional why. That's what gives me the courage to go online, to pay attention, to work hard when I'm working in my business time. So what is your why? Comment, put it in the chats. The next one was permission to make it work for you. I've seen a lot of people in leadership and business, particularly when they first start, is because they want clients, they want to grow, they do everything to serve everyone else. Obviously, the sustainability of that ongoing is not going to be good. And your no is so powerful when you say no, because it means that your yes is even more important. When you say no to something, it means you're really saying yes to your why. So remember that. If you say no, it's allowing you to operate in your yes, which needs to be connected to your why. So some real practical things for you could be thinking, when in the day do you work best? Mornings or evenings? Maybe you need to say no to a client who can't work in the time of day that you're at your best because you want to give them your best. Maybe it's around, do you want to work weekends or not? Are you working in an area that is actually not what you're wanting to focus on? But if you keep saying yes to that area of work, you don't have the space to work on the area that you really want to, and you feel like you're chasing your tail all the time. There's so much opportunity to reflect on your week and your day and truly give yourself permission to allow it to work for you. When we do that, we stop people pleasing and we start offering our best selves and our best service for the true impact of others. And then the last one was simply to build with the end in mind today. We often feel like we need to work really hard, particularly when we launch a business. It's, well, you know, I've launched, I'm just going to have to work really, really hard. I definitely did that. I worked nights, I worked mornings, I was tired, I was stressed. And I realized that that's not how I want to be in 5 years, 10 years. And why did I need to do that now if that's not what I wanted to be in 10 years? So I stopped doing it. I stopped working nights, and I've done a little bit of nights in the school holidays because I don't have much care, but not much, because I decided I would prefer to grow steadily and slowly than be overwhelmed and tired and stressed, because I do not want to pass that on to my clients, not one bit. And I want to show people that with less time and working smarter and more creatively, more strategically, you can actually produce something that's worthwhile. So work with the end in mind. If you have less time, use the time you have. You still have time. You can still build something. You don't need to be full-time. If you are full-time, there'll be other ways that you need to build with the end in mind. Also for me, it was around, I know I want to work the school term, so I need to consider, you know, I deliberately didn't use care much these holidays because I wanted to see what opportunities and what challenges arose, like sick kids and not being prepared with a recording, what challenges arose and how I address that into the future. So please be mindful when you are overworking, whether that's sustainable into the future, and what you can do now, even if you're new, what you can do now to really set yourself up for 5 years, 10 years, 20 years. Always ask yourself, is this how I want to do it in 5 years' time? And if not, start working on what you can change to do that, because then it's going to be sustainable. Then you're going to be more creative, more strategic. So that is being connected to your business tonight. It's been so good to be back with you. I can't wait to see you make an impact. If you would like, I still have some free planning calls available right up until January 31st. That it will be really helpful to look at where you're at, where you want to be, and what are some immediate steps that you might like to consider taking. I will include the link to book a call with me. The other thing I want to give you is something that will help you unpack your why a little bit clearer. So if you would like that, please comment why in the comments and I will get that to you personally. It's been great. Have a good week. I can't wait to be with you next Thursday. See you, everyone.